Imagine standing at the edge of a sacred temple, where the air hums with whispers of the divine, and the fate of empires hangs on the cryptic words of a single voice. This was the Oracle of Delphi, a beacon of mystery and power in the ancient world. For centuries, kings, warriors, and philosophers journeyed to this hallowed site, seeking answers from the Pythia, the priestess who channeled the god Apollo himself. Her prophecies shaped the course of history, from the rise of great leaders to the fall of mighty kingdoms. But what made the oracle so revered, and why do her enigmatic tales continue to captivate us today? In this video, we'll unravel 25 of the most fascinating stories tied to the Oracle of Delphi, each one a testament to her enduring influence and the timeless allure of the unknown. From the tragic fate of Oedipus to the rise of Alexander the Great, these tales reveal the oracle's role as a guiding force in the ancient world, and perhaps even in our own lives. So, are you ready to step into the shadows of Delphi and uncover the secrets that have echoed through the ages? Let's begin. Now, let's journey back to the very beginning, to the mythical origins of Delphi itself. Long before it became the spiritual heart of the ancient world, Delphi was a place shrouded in mystery and danger. According to legend, the site was once guarded by Python, a monstrous serpent born from the earth itself. Python was a fearsome creature embodying chaos and darkness, and it was said that its presence made the land uninhabitable. But this all changed when the god Apollo arrived. Apollo, the god of light, prophecy, and order, sought to claim Delphi as his own. In a dramatic clash of divine power, Apollo slew Python, freeing the land from its grip and establishing his sanctuary there. This act of triumph marked the birth of Delphi as a sacred space, a place where the divine and mortal worlds could meet. With Python defeated, Apollo appointed the Pythia, his chosen priestess, to serve as his voice on earth. The Pythia was no ordinary figure. She was a conduit for Apollo's wisdom, a vessel through which his prophecies flowed. To prepare for her sacred role, the Pythia underwent elaborate rituals. She would bathe in the sacred Castalian spring, believed to purify her spirit, and then descend into the inner sanctum of the temple. There, seated on a tripod above a fissure in the earth, she would inhale the intoxicating vapors rising from below. These vapors, said to be the breath of Apollo himself, would send her into a trance, allowing her to deliver the god's cryptic messages to those who sought her guidance. Delphi quickly became a spiritual hub, drawing pilgrims from across the ancient world. Kings, generals, and ordinary people alike made the arduous journey to consult the oracle, hoping for answers to their most pressing questions. The rituals surrounding the Pythia's prophecies were as much a part of Delphi's allure as the prophecies themselves. The process was shrouded in ceremony and secrecy, adding to the oracle's mystique. From the offerings made to Apollo to the careful interpretation of the Pythia's often ambiguous words, every detail was designed to reinforce the sacredness of the experience. And so, Delphi emerged not just as a place of prophecy, but as a symbol of divine order and human aspiration. The slaying of Python and the establishment of the oracle marked the beginning of a legacy that would endure for centuries, shaping the lives of countless individuals and the fate of entire civilizations. But this was only the first chapter in the story of Delphi, a story filled with intrigue, power, and the timeless quest for answers. Next, we'll explore the oracle's earliest recorded prophecy, a moment that would set the tone for its enigmatic reputation. As we step into the next chapter of Delphi's story, we encounter the moment that truly defined the oracle's enigmatic legacy, the first recorded prophecy. This pivotal event not only cemented Delphi's reputation as a place of divine insight, but also set the stage for the cryptic and often perplexing nature of the prophecies to come. The story begins with a humble shepherd named Croesus, who, while tending his flock near Delphi, noticed his sheep behaving strangely. They seemed agitated, almost as if they were being drawn to a particular spot on the mountainside. Curious, Croesus followed them and stumbled upon a fissure in the earth from which strange vapors rose. As he approached, he felt an overwhelming sense of awe, and some say even heard the voice of Apollo himself. Word of this extraordinary encounter spread quickly, and soon people began to gather at the site, believing it to be a gateway to the divine. It wasn't long before the first official prophecy was sought. A local farmer, troubled by a series of poor harvests, approached the newly established oracle with a question that weighed heavily on his heart. What must I do to ensure the fertility of my land? The Pythia, seated in her sacred trance, inhaled the vapors and delivered her response. Her words, however, were far from straightforward. She declared, "The land will flourish when the blood of the earth is honored." This cryptic message left the farmer bewildered. What did it mean to honor the blood of the earth? After much deliberation, he and the local priests concluded that the oracle was referring to the mineral-rich soil of the region. They decided to offer sacrifices and libations to the earth, pouring wine and oil into the ground as a sign of reverence. To their astonishment, the following harvest was abundant, and the land thrived once more. This success was seen as proof of the oracle's divine connection, and the story of the farmer's prophecy spread far and wide. The ambiguity of the Pythia's response became a hallmark of the oracle's prophecies. Her words were rarely clear or direct. Instead, they required interpretation, often leaving those who sought her guidance to wrestle with their meaning. This deliberate obscurity was not a flaw but a feature, designed to reflect the complexity of the divine will and the need for humility in the face of the unknown. It also ensured that the oracle's influence extended beyond the immediate moment, as people continued to ponder and debate the meaning of her words long after they were spoken. This first prophecy set the tone for the centuries of enigmatic messages that would follow. It demonstrated the oracle's power to inspire both awe and uncertainty, drawing people from all walks of life to seek her guidance. Whether they left with clarity or confusion, one thing was certain: the Oracle of Delphi had established herself as a force to be reckoned with, a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. As we move forward, we'll see how this reputation for cryptic wisdom played out in the lives of kings, warriors, and ordinary people alike, shaping the course of history in ways no one could have predicted. Next, we'll delve into the tale of King Croesus, whose encounter with the oracle would change the fate of an entire kingdom. Now, let us turn our attention to one of the most famous and fateful encounters in the history of the Oracle of Delphi, the tale of King Croesus of Lydia. Known for his immense wealth and ambition, Croesus sought the oracle's guidance before launching a military campaign against the rising power of Persia. His story is a striking example of how the oracle's prophecies, though revered, could lead even the most powerful to their undoing if misinterpreted. Croesus, confident in his resources and military might, sent envoys to Delphi with lavish gifts, including gold and silver, to seek the oracle's blessing. His question was direct: if I wage war against Persia, what will be the outcome? The Pythia, in her characteristic style, delivered a response that seemed favorable but was cloaked in ambiguity. She declared, "If you cross the river Halys, you will destroy a great empire." Encouraged by these words, Croesus took them at face value, believing the oracle had foretold his victory over Persia. He gathered his forces, crossed the Halys River, and engaged the Persian army led by Cyrus the Great. The battle, however, did not go as Croesus had hoped. His forces were decisively defeated, and his own kingdom of Lydia fell to the Persians. It was only then that Croesus realized the true meaning of the oracle's prophecy. The great empire destined to be destroyed was not Persia, it was his own. This tragic misunderstanding highlights the dual nature of the oracle's prophecies. While they were believed to be divinely inspired, their cryptic nature required careful interpretation. Croesus's downfall serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overconfidence and the perils of misreading the divine will. The oracle's words were not meant to provide simple answers, but to provoke deeper reflection and humility in the face of uncertainty. Croesus's story also underscores the oracle's role as a mirror to human ambition and folly. His wealth and power could not shield him from the consequences of his actions, nor could they guarantee the favor of the gods. In the end, the oracle's prophecy was fulfilled, but not in the way Croesus had anticipated. This tale reminds us that the divine often speaks in riddles, and it is up to mortals to navigate the complexities of their own choices. As we continue our journey through the enigmatic tales of the Oracle of Delphi, we'll see how her prophecies continued to shape the lives of kings, warriors, and ordinary people, leaving an indelible mark on the ancient world. Next, we'll explore the oracle's role in the events leading to the Trojan War, where her words would once again set the stage for a legendary conflict. As we move forward in our exploration of the Oracle of Delphi's enigmatic tales, we now turn to one of the most legendary conflicts in ancient mythology, the Trojan War. The oracle's influence was deeply woven into the fabric of this epic saga, shaping the decisions of key figures and setting the stage for a war that would echo through the ages. The story begins with Paris, the Prince of Troy, who was tasked with a fateful decision. The goddesses Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite each sought his favor, offering him gifts in exchange for being named the most beautiful. Paris chose Aphrodite, who promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. But before Paris could act on this promise, he sought the oracle's guidance. The Pythia's response was cryptic yet ominous, warning him that his choice would bring both great love and great destruction. Ignoring the warning, Paris pursued Helen, setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to war. Meanwhile, on the Greek side, King Agamemnon also consulted the oracle before launching the expedition to Troy. The Pythia's prophecy was clear but unsettling. The Greeks would only succeed if Agamemnon sacrificed his daughter, Iphigenia, to appease the goddess Artemis. Torn between his duty as a leader and his love as a father, Agamemnon ultimately chose to fulfill the oracle's demand, a decision that would haunt him and his family for generations. The oracle's prophecies to both Paris and Agamemnon reveal her role as a catalyst for the Trojan War. Her words were not merely predictions but pivotal moments that compelled action, even when the consequences were dire. For Paris, the prophecy was a warning of the devastation his choices would bring. For Agamemnon, it was a test of leadership that came at a profound personal cost. The Trojan War itself became a testament to the oracle's far-reaching influence. Her prophecies not only shaped the decisions of individuals but also the destiny of entire nations. The war, sparked by Paris's choice and fueled by Agamemnon's sacrifice, would last for 10 years, claiming countless lives and leaving a legacy of heroism, tragedy, and myth. As we reflect on the oracle's role in this epic tale, we see how her words served as both a guide and a warning. The Trojan War reminds us that the oracle's prophecies were not just about foretelling the future, but about revealing the complexities of human ambition, desire, and sacrifice. Her voice echoed through the decisions of kings and princes, shaping the course of history in ways that continue to captivate us today. Next, we'll delve into another tragic tale intertwined with the oracle's prophecies, the story of Oedipus, whose life was irrevocably shaped by the cryptic words of Delphi. Now, let us step into one of the most haunting tales of ancient mythology, the story of Oedipus, a man whose life became a tragic testament to the inescapable power of the oracle's prophecies. This tale begins with a chilling prediction that would cast a shadow over Oedipus's existence, shaping his destiny in ways he could never have imagined. When Oedipus was born to King Laius and Queen Jocasta of Thebes, his parents received a dire warning from the Oracle of Delphi. The Pythia foretold that their son would one day kill his father and marry his mother. Horrified by this prophecy, Laius and Jocasta took drastic measures to prevent it from coming true. They ordered a servant to abandon the infant Oedipus on a mountainside, his feet bound to ensure he would not survive. But fate had other plans. The servant, moved by pity, instead gave the child to a shepherd who brought him to the childless king and queen of Corinth. There, Oedipus was raised as their own, unaware of his true origins. Years later, as a young man, Oedipus heard rumors that he was not the biological son of the Corinthian rulers. Troubled by these whispers, he journeyed to Delphi to seek the truth from the oracle. The Pythia's response was devastating. She repeated the same prophecy that had haunted his birth. Oedipus, believing the king and queen of Corinth to be his true parents, resolved to flee the city to avoid fulfilling the prophecy. But in his attempt to escape his fate, he unknowingly set himself on the very path the oracle had foretold. On his journey, Oedipus encountered a man at a crossroads. A dispute arose, and in a fit of rage, Oedipus killed the stranger. Unbeknownst to him, the man was King Laius, his true father. Continuing his travels, Oedipus arrived in Thebes, a city plagued by the Sphinx. By solving the Sphinx's riddle, he freed the city from its torment and was hailed as a hero. The grateful Thebans offered him the throne and the hand of their widowed queen, Jocasta, his own mother. Oedipus, still unaware of his true identity, accepted both, unknowingly fulfilling the oracle's prophecy in its entirety. For years, Oedipus ruled Thebes as a wise and just king until a terrible plague struck the city. Desperate for answers, he consulted the oracle once more. The Pythia revealed that the plague was a punishment for the unpunished murder of King Laius. Determined to uncover the truth, Oedipus launched an investigation, only to unravel the horrifying reality of his own life. The man he had killed at the crossroads was his father, and the woman he had married was his mother. The revelation shattered Oedipus. In a fit of despair, Jocasta took her own life, and Oedipus, unable to bear the weight of his actions, blinded himself and went into exile. His story stands as one of the most poignant examples of the oracle's power, a prophecy that could not be avoided, no matter how hard one tried. The tale of Oedipus reminds us that the oracle's words were not merely predictions but reflections of the intricate web of fate. Despite his efforts to escape his destiny, Oedipus's life became a testament to the inevitability of the oracle's prophecies. His story challenges us to consider the limits of free will and the profound influence of fate, themes that continue to resonate with audiences today. Next, we'll explore how the oracle's guidance played a pivotal role in one of the most significant conflicts in ancient history, the Persian Wars. As we turn the page from the tragic tale of Oedipus, we find ourselves stepping into a chapter of history where the Oracle of Delphi played a decisive role in shaping the fate of nations. The Persian Wars, a series of conflicts between the mighty Persian Empire and the Greek city-states, were not just battles of armies but also of prophecies, strategies, and divine guidance. The oracle's influence during this tumultuous period was profound. As the Persian forces, led by Kings Darius and later Xerxes, sought to expand their empire into Greece, the Greek city-states turned to Delphi for guidance. The Pythia's prophecies were cryptic, as always, but they carried immense weight in determining the course of action for the Greeks. One of the most famous prophecies given during this time was to the Athenians. As the Persian army advanced, the oracle warned that only the wooden walls would save Athens. This enigmatic message sparked intense debate among the Athenians. Some interpreted it literally, believing it referred to the city's wooden fortifications. Others, led by the statesman Themistocles, saw a deeper meaning. They argued that the wooden walls symbolized the Athenian navy, a fleet of triremes that could outmaneuver the Persian forces at sea. Themistocles' interpretation proved to be a turning point. The Athenians focused their efforts on strengthening their navy, a decision that would later prove crucial in the Battle of Salamis. There, the Greek fleet, heavily outnumbered, used superior tactics and knowledge of the local waters to defeat the Persians. This victory not only halted the Persian advance but also marked the beginning of the decline of Persian power in the region. The oracle's prophecies were not limited to Athens. Other Greek city-states also sought her counsel. For instance, the Spartans received a prophecy urging them to seek the aid of a dead king to ensure victory. This led them to exhume the remains of their former king, Leonidas, and honor him as a hero of the Battle of Thermopylae, where his sacrifice had inspired the Greeks to resist the Persian invasion. The oracle's role in the Persian Wars highlights her influence not just as a spiritual guide but as a strategic advisor. Her prophecies, though often ambiguous, forced the Greeks to think critically and act decisively. They remind us that the oracle's power lay not only in her words but in how they were interpreted and acted upon. As we reflect on this chapter, we see how the oracle's guidance shaped the course of history, turning the tide of war and preserving Greek independence. Next, we'll delve into another pivotal moment in ancient history, where the oracle's words once again played a crucial role, this time in the survival of Athens during a time of crisis. As we shift our focus to another defining moment in the oracle's legacy, we arrive at a prophecy that not only saved a city but also altered the course of history. The oracle's warning to Athens about the wooden walls stands as one of the most intriguing and consequential prophecies ever delivered. When the Persian Empire under King Xerxes set its sights on Greece, the Athenians faced an existential threat. Desperate for guidance, they turned to the Oracle of Delphi. The Pythia's response was as cryptic as ever. She declared that Athens would be safe behind its wooden walls. This phrase left the Athenians puzzled. Some believed it referred to the city's wooden fortifications, urging them to strengthen their defenses. However, Themistocles, a visionary leader, saw a different meaning. He argued that the wooden walls symbolized the Athenian navy, a fleet of triremes that could outmaneuver the Persian forces at sea. Themistocles' interpretation was bold and unconventional, but it proved to be a stroke of genius. The Athenians redirected their resources to build and fortify their navy, a decision that would later prove decisive. When the Persian fleet arrived, the Greeks, though outnumbered, used their superior naval tactics and knowledge of the local waters to their advantage. The Battle of Salamis became a turning point in the Persian Wars. The Athenian navy, guided by the oracle's prophecy, delivered a crushing blow to the Persian forces, halting their advance and securing Greek independence. This prophecy underscores the oracle's unique role as both a spiritual guide and a strategic advisor. Her words, though enigmatic, forced the Athenians to think critically and act decisively. It also highlights the importance of interpretation, how a single phrase, when understood correctly, could change the fate of an entire civilization. The oracle's warning to Athens is a testament to her enduring influence. It reminds us that her power lay not just in the prophecies themselves, but in how they were interpreted and acted upon. As we move forward, we'll explore another chapter where the oracle's words shaped the destiny of a great leader, Alexander the Great. Now, let us journey to a moment when the oracle's words intersected with the destiny of one of history's most legendary figures, Alexander the Great. Before embarking on his conquests, Alexander sought the guidance of the Oracle of Delphi, as many great leaders before him had done. However, his visit was anything but ordinary. When Alexander arrived at Delphi, the Pythia was not in the mood to deliver prophecies. She refused to see him, claiming it was not the right day for consultations. But Alexander, known for his determination and fiery ambition, would not take no for an answer. He stormed into the temple, seized the Pythia, and demanded a prophecy. Startled, she exclaimed, "You are invincible, my son." This brief but powerful statement became a cornerstone of Alexander's identity. The phrase, invincible, resonated deeply with him, fueling his belief in his divine destiny to conquer the known world. It was not just a prophecy, it was a validation of his self-perception as a man destined for greatness. From that moment on, Alexander carried the oracle's words with him, using them as a source of inspiration and confidence as he led his armies across continents. The oracle's influence on Alexander extended beyond mere encouragement. Her declaration reinforced his conviction that he was favored by the gods, a belief that emboldened him to take risks and pursue seemingly impossible goals. Whether facing the vast Persian Empire or venturing into uncharted territories, Alexander's unwavering faith in his invincibility became a driving force behind his military successes. Yet the prophecy also raises intriguing questions. Did the oracle truly foresee Alexander's destiny, or was her response a reaction to his forceful personality? Some historians argue that the Pythia's words were less a divine revelation and more a reflection of Alexander's overwhelming presence. Regardless, the impact of her prophecy is undeniable. It shaped Alexander's mindset, his strategies, and ultimately his legacy as one of history's greatest conquerors. As we reflect on this tale, we see how the oracle's words, whether divinely inspired or not, had the power to shape the course of human history. Alexander's story reminds us that belief in oneself, in destiny, or in the divine can be a potent force. And with that, we turn to another chapter where the oracle's prophecies played a pivotal role in shaping the fate of nations, this time during the Peloponnesian War. As we shift our focus to the Peloponnesian War, we find the Oracle of Delphi once again at the heart of a pivotal moment in history. This brutal conflict between Sparta and Athens, two of ancient Greece's most powerful city-states, was not just a clash of armies but also a battle of wits, strategy, and divine favor. Both sides sought the oracle's guidance, hoping her prophecies would tip the scales in their favor. For Sparta, the oracle's words were a source of both reassurance and caution. When the Spartans consulted her about whether to engage in the war, she responded with a cryptic message. "If you fight with all your might, victory will be yours, but you will lose a king." This prophecy was both inspiring and ominous. It emboldened the Spartans to commit fully to the conflict, knowing that victory was within their grasp. However, the warning about losing a king weighed heavily on their minds. True to the oracle's words, King Archidamus of Sparta died during the early years of the war, a loss that deeply affected the morale of the Spartan forces. Athens, on the other hand, received a prophecy that seemed to promise divine protection. The oracle declared that Athens would remain unconquered as long as its wooden walls stood. At first, this message was interpreted literally, with many Athenians believing it referred to the city's wooden fortifications. However, the statesman Themistocles offered a different interpretation. He argued that the wooden walls symbolized the Athenian navy, urging the city to invest in its fleet rather than relying on land defenses. This interpretation proved to be a turning point. Athens' naval power became its greatest strength, allowing it to dominate the seas and sustain its empire even as the war dragged on. The oracle's prophecies, though enigmatic, played a crucial role in shaping the strategies and outcomes of the Peloponnesian War. For Sparta, her words reinforced their resolve while reminding them of the sacrifices war demands. For Athens, her guidance led to a strategic shift that prolonged their resistance and cemented their reputation as a maritime power. Yet, the war also revealed the limits of divine favor. Despite the oracle's assurances, both sides suffered immense losses, and the conflict ultimately weakened Greece as a whole. This tale reminds us that while the oracle's prophecies could inspire and guide, they were not guarantees of success. They required interpretation, action, and sometimes a willingness to accept harsh truths. As we move forward, we'll explore another chapter where the oracle's words influenced the fate of a city grappling with a devastating plague, a story that underscores the complexities of divine guidance in times of crisis. As we turn our attention to another critical moment in Athenian history, we find the city facing a crisis unlike any other, a devastating plague that swept through its streets, claiming countless lives and shaking the very foundations of its society. In this time of despair, the leaders of Athens turned once more to the Oracle of Delphi, seeking divine guidance to end the suffering. The oracle's response was as cryptic as ever. She declared that the plague would only cease if the Athenians purified the city by honoring the gods and appeasing their wrath. This advice, though seemingly straightforward, sparked intense debate among the Athenians. Some believed it meant they needed to perform grand rituals and sacrifices to the gods, while others interpreted it as a call to address deeper moral and spiritual failings within the city. One of the most controversial interpretations came from the philosopher Socrates, who suggested that the oracle's words were a critique of Athens' growing hubris and neglect of its spiritual duties. He argued that the plague was not just a physical affliction but a consequence of the city's moral decay. This interpretation, however, was met with resistance from many Athenians who saw it as an attack on their way of life. Despite the differing opinions, the Athenians took steps to honor the oracle's advice. They conducted elaborate ceremonies, offered sacrifices, and sought to cleanse the city of any perceived offenses against the gods. Yet the plague persisted, leading many to question the effectiveness of these efforts. Some even began to doubt the oracle's wisdom, wondering if her words had been misinterpreted or if divine favor had truly abandoned them. The plague's toll on Athens was immense. It not only decimated the population but also weakened the city's military and political strength, leaving it vulnerable to its enemies. The oracle's advice, though intended to bring relief, ultimately highlighted the limits of human understanding in the face of divine will. It served as a stark reminder that even the most powerful city-states were not immune to the whims of fate. This tale of the oracle and the plague of Athens reveals the complexities of seeking divine guidance in times of crisis. It shows how interpretations of prophecy can vary widely, leading to both hope and disillusionment. As we continue our journey through the enigmatic tales of the Oracle of Delphi, we'll explore how her words shaped the lives of individuals and nations, often in ways that were as unpredictable as they were profound. Now, let us step into the world of philosophy, where the Oracle of Delphi's words would leave an indelible mark on one of history's greatest thinkers. It was during a time when Socrates, the renowned philosopher, was already known for his relentless questioning and pursuit of truth. One day, a friend of Socrates visited the oracle at Delphi and asked if there was anyone wiser than Socrates. The oracle's response was both startling and profound. She declared that no one was wiser than Socrates. This declaration puzzled Socrates deeply. He was well aware of his own limitations and believed he knew very little. How could he be the wisest of all? Determined to understand the oracle's meaning, Socrates embarked on a quest to test the wisdom of those who were considered wise in Athens: politicians, poets, and craftsmen. What he discovered was both enlightening and troubling. While these individuals claimed to possess great knowledge, Socrates found that their wisdom was often superficial or incomplete. They spoke confidently about matters they did not truly understand. Through this process, Socrates came to realize that the oracle's proclamation was not about him having all the answers, but rather about his awareness of his own ignorance. True wisdom, he concluded, lay in recognizing the limits of one's knowledge. This insight became the cornerstone of his philosophy, encapsulated in his famous statement, "I know that I know nothing." However, this pursuit of wisdom did not endear Socrates to everyone. His habit of exposing the ignorance of those in power made him many enemies. Over time, his relentless questioning and refusal to conform to societal norms led to his trial. Accused of corrupting the youth and impiety, Socrates faced a jury that ultimately sentenced him to death. Even in his final moments, he remained steadfast in his belief that the oracle's words had revealed a profound truth about the nature of wisdom. The oracle's prophecy to Socrates not only shaped his philosophical journey but also left a lasting legacy. It challenged the notion of wisdom as mere knowledge and instead emphasized the importance of humility and self-awareness. Socrates' life and death became a testament to the power of questioning and the pursuit of truth, even in the face of adversity. As we reflect on this tale, we see how the oracle's words transcended mere prophecy, becoming a catalyst for one of the most influential philosophical movements in history. Next, we'll explore how the oracle's guidance extended beyond individuals, shaping the very foundations of ancient Greek colonization and the spread of its culture across the Mediterranean. Now, let us turn our attention to a different kind of influence wielded by the Oracle of Delphi, one that extended far beyond individual destinies and into the very fabric of ancient Greek expansion. The oracle played a pivotal role in the colonization efforts of Greek city-states, offering guidance that shaped the establishment of new settlements across the Mediterranean. When Greek cities sought to establish colonies, they often turned to Delphi for divine approval and direction. The oracle's prophecies were seen as essential for ensuring the success and prosperity of these new ventures. One notable example is the founding of the city of Cyrene in North Africa. The people of Thera, suffering from a prolonged drought, consulted the oracle, who instructed them to send a colony to Libya. The prophecy was specific, even describing the location where the new city should be built. Following this divine guidance, the settlers established Cyrene, which flourished as a major center of trade and culture. The oracle's role in colonization was not limited to providing directions. Her prophecies often carried deeper meanings, encouraging settlers to seek harmony with the land and its people. For instance, when the city of Syracuse was founded in Sicily, the oracle advised the settlers to honor the local nymph Arethusa, ensuring a peaceful coexistence with the indigenous population. This blend of practical advice and spiritual wisdom helped Greek colonies thrive in unfamiliar territories. Moreover, the oracle's involvement in colonization reinforced the cultural and religious ties between the mother cities and their colonies. Many colonies maintained strong connections to Delphi, sending offerings and consulting the oracle for important decisions. This network of colonies, united by shared religious practices and guided by the oracle's wisdom, became a cornerstone of Greek influence in the ancient world. The oracle's prophecies during this era were not just about survival or prosperity, they were about creating a legacy. By guiding the establishment of new cities, the oracle helped spread Greek culture, language, and traditions across the Mediterranean. These colonies became hubs of innovation and exchange, contributing to the rich tapestry of ancient civilization. As we consider the oracle's role in colonization, we see how her influence extended far beyond the sacred precincts of Delphi. Her words shaped the course of history, guiding the expansion of Greek civilization and leaving an enduring mark on the ancient world. Next, we'll delve into another fascinating tale, where the oracle's cryptic advice led to a legendary transformation, one that would forever be remembered as the story of King Midas and his golden touch. Now, let us journey into a tale where the oracle's words brought both wonder and woe, a story that has echoed through the ages as a cautionary reminder of the dangers of unchecked desire. This is the tale of King Midas, a ruler whose encounter with the Oracle of Delphi would change his life in ways he could never have imagined. King Midas, known for his wealth and ambition, sought the oracle's guidance in his quest for even greater prosperity. The oracle, in her enigmatic way, offered him a prophecy that seemed like a blessing but would soon reveal itself to be a curse. She told him that whatever he touched would turn to gold. At first, this appeared to be the ultimate gift, a power that would make him the richest man in the world. Overjoyed, Midas eagerly tested the prophecy, and to his delight, everything he touched, stones, flowers, even the furniture in his palace, transformed into gleaming gold. But the oracle's prophecies were never straightforward. What began as a dream quickly turned into a nightmare. When Midas reached for food, it turned to gold before he could eat it. When he embraced his beloved daughter, she too became a lifeless golden statue. The very gift he had coveted now isolated him, leaving him surrounded by wealth but devoid of life's true joys. Desperate and heartbroken, Midas returned to the oracle, pleading for a way to undo the curse. The oracle, ever cryptic, instructed him to wash away his golden touch in the river Pactolus. Following her advice, Midas immersed himself in the river's waters, and the curse was lifted. The river, however, was forever changed, its sands now glittering with gold, a lasting reminder of Midas' folly. This tale of King Midas serves as a powerful lesson about the consequences of greed and the importance of understanding the deeper meanings behind the oracle's words. Her prophecies were not merely predictions but invitations to reflect on one's desires and actions. Midas' story reminds us that true wealth lies not in material riches but in the relationships and experiences that give life meaning. As we reflect on this legendary tale, we are reminded of the oracle's dual role as both a guide and a teacher. Her prophecies often carried layers of meaning, challenging those who sought her wisdom to look beyond the surface. Next, we'll explore another chapter in the oracle's storied history, where her words would shape the fate of one of ancient Greece's most formidable city-states, Sparta. Turning now to the rugged city-state of Sparta, we find a tale where the oracle's words carried the weight of destiny. Known for their unmatched military prowess and disciplined way of life, the Spartans were no strangers to seeking divine guidance. Yet when they approached the Oracle of Delphi, the prophecy they received was one that would challenge their very identity and shape their future in profound ways. The oracle's warning to Sparta was both cryptic and ominous. She declared that their city would either fall to a foreign invader or face the loss of a king. This prophecy struck at the heart of Spartan society, which prided itself on its strength and unity. The Spartans, ever practical, interpreted the oracle's words as a call to vigilance and sacrifice. They understood that their survival depended on making difficult choices, even if it meant personal or collective loss. This prophecy played a pivotal role in shaping Sparta's military and political strategies. During the Persian Wars, when the Persian Empire threatened to overrun Greece, the Spartans faced a critical decision. The oracle's warning echoed in their minds as they prepared for the Battle of Thermopylae. King Leonidas, knowing the stakes, chose to lead a small force of 300 Spartans to hold the pass against the massive Persian army. His decision was not just an act of bravery, but a calculated response to the oracle's prophecy. By sacrificing himself and his men, Leonidas ensured that Sparta would not fall to a foreign invader, fulfilling the oracle's warning in a way that preserved the city's legacy. The oracle's influence extended beyond the battlefield. Her prophecy also shaped Sparta's political decisions, reinforcing their commitment to austerity and discipline. The Spartans believed that their survival depended on maintaining their unique way of life, even if it meant enduring hardship. This mindset, rooted in the oracle's warning, allowed Sparta to remain a dominant power in ancient Greece for centuries. As we reflect on this chapter of Spartan history, we see once again the oracle's profound impact on the ancient world. Her prophecies were not just predictions but catalysts for action, challenging those who sought her wisdom to confront their deepest fears and make choices that would define their future. Next, we'll explore how the oracle's words would shape the rise of another great power, Rome. As we shift our focus from the disciplined world of Sparta, we journey to the rising power of Rome, where the Oracle of Delphi's prophecies would play a crucial role in shaping the destiny of an empire. The Romans, much like the Greeks, held the oracle in high regard, often seeking her guidance during pivotal moments in their history. One of the most significant prophecies delivered by the oracle to Rome hinted at its future dominance, a prediction that would fuel the ambitions of its leaders and shape the course of Western civilization. The oracle's prophecy to Rome was both enigmatic and inspiring. She declared that Rome would one day rule the world, but only if its leaders remained virtuous and true to their values. This message resonated deeply with the Roman elite, who saw it as both a promise and a warning. The prophecy became a guiding principle for Rome's expansion, reminding its leaders that their success depended not just on military might but also on moral integrity. One of the most famous interpretations of this prophecy came during the early days of the Roman Republic. As Rome faced threats from neighboring tribes and rival powers, its leaders turned to the oracle for reassurance. Her words emboldened them to pursue a path of conquest, but with a sense of responsibility. The Romans believed that their destiny was not just to conquer, but to bring order and civilization to the lands they ruled. This belief, rooted in the oracle's prophecy, became a cornerstone of Roman ideology, shaping their approach to governance and diplomacy. The oracle's influence extended beyond the battlefield and into the political arena. Roman leaders often invoked her prophecies to justify their actions, whether it was expanding their territory or reforming their laws. For example, during the Punic Wars, when Rome faced its greatest rival, Carthage, the oracle's words were used to rally the people and strengthen their resolve. The prophecy served as a reminder that Rome's rise was divinely ordained, but it also demanded discipline and unity from its citizens. As Rome grew into a vast empire, the oracle's prophecy continued to echo in the minds of its leaders. Emperors like Augustus and Trajan saw themselves as fulfilling the oracle's vision, spreading Roman law and culture across the known world. Yet, the prophecy also served as a cautionary tale, reminding them that their power was not absolute and that their legacy depended on their ability to uphold the virtues of justice and wisdom. The oracle's role in the rise of Rome highlights her enduring influence on the ancient world. Her prophecies were not just predictions of the future but calls to action, challenging leaders to rise to the occasion and fulfill their potential. As we move forward, we'll explore how the oracle's cryptic wisdom would shape the fate of another ambitious ruler, Pyrrhus of Epirus. Turning now to the tale of Pyrrhus of Epirus, we find another striking example of the oracle's enigmatic influence. Pyrrhus, a skilled military commander and one of the most ambitious rulers of his time, sought the oracle's guidance before launching his campaign to conquer Italy. Like many before him, he hoped for a clear path to victory, but what he received was a prophecy shrouded in ambiguity, one that would come to define his legacy in unexpected ways. The oracle's words to Pyrrhus were both tantalizing and perplexing. She told him that he would achieve great victories, but at a cost so high that they would be indistinguishable from defeat. This cryptic message left Pyrrhus and his advisors puzzled, but his determination to expand his empire overshadowed any doubts. Emboldened by the promise of success, Pyrrhus marched into Italy, ready to face the Roman Republic in a series of battles that would later be known as the Pyrrhic Wars. True to the oracle's prophecy, Pyrrhus won several significant battles against the Romans. His tactical brilliance and the use of war elephants, a formidable and unfamiliar weapon to the Romans, gave him the upper hand in key engagements. However, these victories came at a devastating price. Pyrrhus lost a substantial portion of his army, including many of his most experienced soldiers and trusted commanders. The toll was so severe that after one particularly hard-fought battle, he reportedly exclaimed, "One more such victory and I shall be undone." The phrase Pyrrhic victory has since entered the lexicon, symbolizing a success that comes at such a high cost it is hardly worth celebrating. This concept, rooted in the oracle's prophecy, highlights the duality of her predictions, offering both hope and caution in equal measure. For Pyrrhus, the prophecy was a reminder that even the greatest triumphs could carry hidden consequences, a lesson that would resonate throughout history. The oracle's words also underscored the unpredictable nature of fate. Pyrrhus's campaign in Italy, though initially successful, ultimately failed to achieve its long-term goals. His costly victories weakened his forces, leaving him unable to consolidate his gains or sustain his momentum. In the end, the oracle's prophecy proved to be a double-edged sword, offering Pyrrhus a glimpse of glory while foreshadowing his eventual downfall. This tale of Pyrrhus and the oracle serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of ambition and the weight of destiny. It invites us to consider not just the outcomes of our actions but the sacrifices they demand. As we continue our journey through the Oracle's enigmatic tales, we'll explore how her wisdom shaped the rise of another influential movement, the cult of Dionysus. Shifting our focus to the realm of divine ecstasy and revelry, we now delve into the Oracle's fascinating connection to the cult of Dionysus. This enigmatic movement, centered around the god of wine, fertility, and ritual madness, found both inspiration and validation through the prophecies of Delphi. The Oracle's role in legitimizing the Dionysian cult reveals yet another layer of her influence, not just in matters of war and politics, but in the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Greece. The cult of Dionysus was unlike any other religious movement of its time. It celebrated liberation, ecstatic rituals, and the breaking of societal norms, often through wild festivals and theatrical performances. Yet, such practices were met with skepticism and resistance by many, particularly those who valued order and tradition. It was here that the Oracle of Delphi stepped in, offering prophecies that affirmed the divine nature of Dionysus and the importance of his worship. One of the most notable prophecies attributed to the oracle was her declaration that Dionysus was indeed a god, equal in stature to Apollo himself. This was a bold statement given Apollo's central role in the Delphic tradition. By aligning Dionysus with Apollo, the oracle not only elevated the status of the wine god, but also provided a theological foundation for his cult. Her words carried immense weight, and many who had once dismissed Dionysus as a lesser deity now began to embrace his worship. The oracle's prophecies also played a crucial role in spreading the Dionysian cult beyond its traditional strongholds. In one instance, she advised a group of Athenian envoys to honor Dionysus with a grand festival, warning that neglecting his worship would bring misfortune to the city. The Athenians heeded her advice, and the resulting celebrations became a cornerstone of their cultural identity, blending the ecstatic rituals of Dionysus with the artistic and civic life of Athens. But the oracle's connection to Dionysus went beyond mere legitimization. Her prophecies often emphasized the transformative power of his worship, encouraging followers to embrace the god's dual nature, both joyful and destructive. This duality mirrored the oracle's own enigmatic style, offering guidance that was both uplifting and cautionary. Her words reminded worshippers that while Dionysus could bring ecstasy and liberation, he could also unleash chaos if not respected. Through her prophecies, the oracle helped shape the Dionysian cult into a powerful force that transcended regional boundaries and social hierarchies. Her influence ensured that the cult's practices were not only accepted but celebrated, leaving an indelible mark on Greek religion and culture. As we move forward in our exploration of the oracle's enigmatic tales, we'll uncover how her wisdom continued to shape the myths and legends of ancient Greece, including the legendary journey of the Argonauts. Turning now to the legendary voyage of the Argonauts, we find the Oracle of Delphi once again at the heart of a story that would echo through the ages. The Argonauts, a band of heroes led by Jason, sought the Golden Fleece, a quest that would test their courage, unity, and resolve. But before setting sail, they turned to the Oracle for guidance, seeking her divine wisdom to ensure their success. The prophecy the Oracle delivered was as cryptic as it was profound. She told Jason that his journey would be fraught with peril, but that victory would come to those who remained steadfast and true. She also warned him of a great betrayal, one that would threaten to unravel his quest. Her words were not a roadmap but a riddle, leaving Jason and his crew to interpret their meaning as they navigated the challenges ahead. One of the most pivotal moments influenced by the oracle's prophecy came when the Argonauts encountered the Harpies, monstrous creatures sent to torment the blind seer Phineus. The oracle had hinted that aiding Phineus would be crucial to their success, and so the heroes intervened, driving the Harpies away and earning the seer's gratitude. In return, Phineus provided them with vital information about the dangers that lay ahead, including the clashing rocks, a deadly obstacle that could crush their ship. The oracle's warning about betrayal also proved prophetic. As the journey progressed, Jason's trust in his crew was tested, particularly when it came to Medea, the sorceress who would later play a pivotal role in his quest. Her actions, driven by love and vengeance, would both aid and complicate Jason's mission. Embodying the duality, the oracle often spoke of guidance that could lead to triumph or tragedy, depending on how it was heeded. In the end, the Argonauts' success in retrieving the Golden Fleece was as much a testament to their heroism as it was to the oracle's foresight. Her prophecy had not only prepared them for the trials they would face, but also instilled in them a sense of purpose and determination. It was a reminder that the gods' will, as channeled through the oracle, was not always clear, but it was always significant. As we reflect on the Argonauts' journey, we see once again how the oracle's enigmatic words shaped the course of myth and history. Her prophecies were not mere predictions but catalysts for action, guiding heroes through their darkest hours and toward their greatest triumphs. And as we continue our exploration of the oracle's tales, we'll uncover how her wisdom influenced another legendary figure, the Sibyl of Cumae, whose story is as haunting as it is fascinating. Now, let us journey to the ancient city of Thebes, where the Oracle of Delphi's prophecies cast a long and tragic shadow over its rulers. The Theban cycle, a series of myths centered around this storied city, is a testament to the oracle's power to shape destinies, often with devastating consequences. At the heart of these tales are two figures whose lives were irrevocably altered by the oracle's words, Laius and Creon. The story begins with Laius, the king of Thebes, who sought the oracle's guidance after learning of a dire prophecy. She warned him that if he were to have a son, that child would grow up to kill him and marry his own mother. Terrified by this prediction, Laius took drastic measures to prevent it. When his wife, Jocasta, gave birth to a son, Laius ordered the infant to be abandoned on a mountainside, his ankles pierced to ensure he could not survive. But fate, as the oracle often reminded, is not so easily thwarted. The child, Oedipus, was rescued and raised in a distant kingdom, unaware of his true lineage. Years later, Oedipus, now a man, encountered Laius on the road. Unknowingly fulfilling the prophecy, he killed his father in a fit of rage. Oedipus then traveled to Thebes, where he solved the riddle of the Sphinx, freeing the city from its terror. As a reward, he was made king and married Jocasta, his mother, thus completing the tragic cycle foretold by the oracle. When the truth was revealed, the consequences were catastrophic. Jocasta took her own life, and Oedipus blinded himself in despair. The oracle's influence did not end with Oedipus. His uncle, Creon, who assumed the throne after the tragedy, also sought her counsel. When Thebes was struck by a plague, Creon turned to the oracle for answers. She revealed that the city's suffering was a punishment for harboring the unburied body of Polynices, Oedipus's son, who had died in a battle against his own brother. The oracle instructed Creon to give Polynices a proper burial, but Creon, stubborn and prideful, refused. This defiance led to further tragedy, as Creon's son and wife both took their own lives in grief. Through these tales, we see the oracle's prophecies as both a guide and a warning. Her words were not meant to control fate but to reveal it, offering those who sought her wisdom a chance to navigate their paths with clarity. Yet, as the stories of Laius and Creon show, the oracle's messages were often met with fear, denial, or hubris, leading to outcomes that were as inevitable as they were heartbreaking. The Theban cycle stands as a powerful reminder of the oracle's role in ancient mythology, not merely as a seer of the future, but as a force that compelled mortals to confront their own limitations and the inescapable nature of destiny. And as we move forward, we'll explore how the oracle's enigmatic wisdom continued to shape the lives of heroes and rulers alike, including the legendary Seven against Thebes, whose story is steeped in both valor and sorrow. As we turn the page to another chapter of the oracle's influence, we find ourselves amidst the chaos and valor of the Seven against Thebes. This legendary tale, steeped in both heroism and heartbreak, is yet another testament to the oracle's power to shape the fates of mortals and cities alike. The story begins with the sons of Oedipus, Eteocles, and Polynices, who were destined to share the throne of Thebes. However, their father's curse and their own pride shattered any hope of harmony. Eteocles, refusing to relinquish the throne after his year of rule, exiled Polynices, who then sought allies to reclaim his birthright. Polynices gathered 6 champions, forming the 7 against Thebes, and marched on the city, igniting a brutal conflict. Before the battle, the Oracle of Delphi was consulted, as was customary in times of great strife. Her prophecy was grim. The city of Thebes would endure, but the brothers would not. She foretold that both Eteocles and Polynices would fall by each other's hands, their shared blood staining the earth. This dire prediction cast a shadow over the impending war, yet neither brother heeded the warning. Their pride and thirst for power blinded them to the oracle's wisdom, and they marched forward, sealing their fates. The battle raged fiercely, with each of the 7 champions facing their own tragic end. Thebes' walls held strong, but the cost was immense. As the oracle had foretold, Eteocles and Polynices met on the battlefield, locked in a deadly duel. In a final act of mutual destruction, they struck each other down, fulfilling the prophecy in a moment of tragic inevitability. The oracle's role in this tale is profound. Her words were not merely a prediction but a mirror, reflecting the hubris and folly of those who sought her counsel. The 7 against Thebes is a story of defiance against fate, of the human struggle to control one's destiny, and of the inescapable consequences that follow. The oracle's prophecies, though often cryptic, were a call to humility and wisdom, a call that, in this case, went unheeded. As we reflect on this tale, we see the oracle's enduring presence in the lives of those who sought her guidance. Her prophecies were not just glimpses of the future, but lessons in the fragility of human ambition. And as we move forward, we'll explore how her enigmatic wisdom continued to shape the lives of heroes and rulers, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of ancient mythology. Now, as we step into the realm of sacred rites and divine revelations, we uncover the oracle's profound connection to the Eleusinian mysteries. This ancient religious tradition, shrouded in secrecy and revered for centuries, held a special place in the spiritual life of Greece. And at its heart, the Oracle of Delphi played a pivotal role, offering prophecies that shaped its rituals and deepened its significance. The Eleusinian mysteries were centered around the myth of Demeter and Persephone, a tale of loss, renewal, and the cycles of life and death. These mysteries promised initiates a deeper understanding of the afterlife and the hope of eternal blessings. But how did the Oracle of Delphi fit into this sacred tradition? Her prophecies were sought to guide the rituals, ensuring they aligned with divine will and maintained their sanctity. One of the most notable instances of the oracle's involvement came when the city of Athens sought her counsel on how to properly honor Demeter and Persephone. The oracle's response was both cryptic and profound, instructing the Athenians to establish specific rites and ceremonies that would honor the goddesses and ensure their favor. These rituals became the cornerstone of the Eleusinian mysteries, blending myth, faith, and divine guidance into a powerful spiritual experience. The oracle's prophecies also addressed the moral and ethical conduct of the initiates. She emphasized the importance of purity, humility, and reverence, qualities that were essential for those seeking to partake in the mysteries. Her words served as a reminder that the path to divine wisdom was not just about ritual but about inner transformation. What makes the oracle's role in the Eleusinian mysteries so fascinating is how her prophecies bridged the gap between the human and the divine. Her guidance ensured that the rituals were not mere performances but profound acts of devotion, capable of connecting initiates to the sacred mysteries of life, death, and rebirth. Through her wisdom, the Eleusinian mysteries became more than a religious tradition. They became a transformative journey for the soul. As we reflect on this connection, we see yet another layer of the oracle's influence. Her prophecies were not just about predicting the future, but about shaping the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Greece. And as we move forward, we'll explore how her enigmatic wisdom continued to inspire and guide, leaving an indelible mark on the myths and mysteries of the ancient world. Now, as we turn our gaze to the shores of ancient Italy, we encounter a figure whose story intertwines with the Oracle of Delphi in a way that is both haunting and profound. The Sibyl of Cumae, a prophetess of great renown, sought the wisdom of the oracle, hoping to unlock the secrets of immortality. What unfolded between them is a tale that echoes through the ages, a reminder of the delicate balance between divine favor and human desire. The Sibyl of Cumae was no ordinary seer. Her prophecies were said to rival even those of the oracle herself, and her voice carried the weight of divine inspiration. Yet, despite her gifts, she yearned for something more: eternal life. It was this longing that led her to Delphi, where she stood before the oracle, seeking a blessing that would transcend the limits of mortality. The oracle's response was as enigmatic as it was tragic. She granted the Sibyl her wish, but with a twist that would become the crux of her story. The Sibyl was promised long life, stretching far beyond the years of ordinary mortals, but she was not granted eternal youth. As the centuries passed, her body would wither and age while her spirit remained bound to the earth. It was a gift and a curse, a testament to the complexities of divine will. This prophecy shaped the Sibyl's existence in ways she could never have imagined. Over time, she became a living relic, her voice still carrying the power of prophecy, but her form shrinking and fading with each passing year. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the price of seeking to defy the natural order. What makes this tale so compelling is its exploration of the human condition. The Sibyl's longing for immortality reflects a universal desire to escape the inevitability of death and to leave a lasting mark on the world. Yet, the oracle's prophecy reminds us that even the most powerful among us are subject to the whims of fate and the limits of divine favor. As we reflect on the Sibyl's story, we see yet another layer of the oracle's influence. Her prophecies were not just about foretelling the future, but about imparting wisdom, often in ways that were as challenging as they were enlightening. And as we move forward, we'll uncover how her enigmatic guidance continued to shape the lives of those who sought her counsel, leaving an indelible mark on the myths and mysteries of the ancient world. As we step into the twilight of Delphi's golden age, we find a world shifting beneath the weight of new powers and changing beliefs. The oracle, once the unrivaled voice of divine wisdom, began to see her influence wane as the Roman Empire rose to dominance. This period, marked by both reverence and neglect, reveals the complex relationship between the oracle and the Roman emperors, and how it ultimately contributed to Delphi's decline. The Romans, though fascinated by the mystique of Delphi, approached the oracle with a blend of curiosity and pragmatism. Emperors like Augustus and Nero sought her counsel, but their interactions were often tinged with political motives rather than genuine spiritual reverence. Augustus, for instance, consulted the oracle early in his reign, seeking validation for his rule. The prophecy he received was favorable, but it was clear that the oracle's role had shifted from a sacred guide to a tool for legitimizing power. Nero's visit to Delphi, however, stands out as a stark contrast. Known for his erratic behavior and disregard for tradition, Nero reportedly mocked the oracle's rituals and even attempted to bribe the Pythia for a favorable prophecy. His actions not only undermined the sanctity of Delphi, but also highlighted the growing disconnect between the ancient traditions of the oracle and the changing values of the Roman world. As the Roman Empire expanded, so too did the spread of new religions and philosophies. Christianity, in particular, began to challenge the pagan traditions that Delphi represented. The rise of monotheism and the decline of polytheistic beliefs further eroded the oracle's relevance. By the time Emperor Theodosius I issued edicts against pagan practices in the late 4th century, Delphi's fate was sealed. The sanctuary was closed and the oracle fell silent, marking the end of an era that had lasted for over 1,000 years. Yet, even in its decline, Delphi's legacy endured. The prophecies and stories of the oracle continued to inspire awe and reflection, serving as a reminder of humanity's eternal quest for meaning and guidance. The decline of Delphi was not just the end of a sacred institution, but also a reflection of the broader cultural and spiritual shifts that shaped the ancient world. As we move forward, we'll explore the final chapter in the oracle's story, a prophecy that marked the end of her voice, but not her enduring influence on the myths and mysteries of history. As we approach the final chapter of the oracle's storied history, we come to a moment that resonates with both solemnity and significance, the last recorded prophecy of Delphi. This final utterance, shrouded in mystery and melancholy, serves as a poignant symbol of the oracle's decline and the end of an era that had shaped the ancient world for centuries. The context of this prophecy is deeply tied to the shifting tides of history. By the late 4th century, the Roman Empire was undergoing profound changes, with Christianity rapidly gaining ground as the dominant faith. The pagan traditions that had sustained Delphi for over a millennium were increasingly seen as relics of a bygone age. It was during this period of transformation that the oracle delivered her final prophecy, a message that would echo through the ages as a testament to her enduring mystique. The details of this last prophecy are sparse, but its essence is clear. According to historical accounts, the Pythia was consulted by a Roman official who sought guidance on the future of the empire. Her response was cryptic, as was her custom, but it carried an unmistakable tone of finality. She spoke of a world in transition where old gods would fade and new beliefs would rise. Her words hinted at the inevitability of change, not just for Delphi, but for the entire spiritual landscape of the ancient world. This prophecy, delivered in the twilight of Delphi's existence, was more than just a prediction. It was a reflection of the times. The oracle, once the voice of divine authority, now stood as a symbol of a fading tradition. Her final words were a quiet acknowledgement of the forces that had reshaped the world around her, from the rise of Christianity to the decline of pagan practices. The closure of Delphi's sanctuary soon followed, as Emperor Theodosius I issued edicts banning pagan rituals. The oracle fell silent, her voice extinguished after centuries of guiding kings, warriors, and seekers of wisdom. Yet, even in her silence, her legacy endured. The final prophecy became a powerful reminder of the oracle's role as a bridge between the mortal and the divine, a role that would continue to inspire awe and reflection long after her voice had faded. As we reflect on this final chapter, we are reminded that the end of Delphi was not merely the closing of a sanctuary, but the conclusion of a profound chapter in human history. The oracle's last prophecy stands as a testament to her enduring influence, a whisper from the past that continues to resonate in the myths and mysteries of our world. And now, as we prepare to explore the oracle's lasting legacy in modern culture, we carry with us the echoes of her final words, a reminder that even in endings there is a spark of immortality. As we step into the modern era, the echoes of the Oracle of Delphi continue to reverberate, shaping the way we think about prophecy, wisdom, and the mysteries of the human experience. Her enigmatic tales, once confined to the ancient world, have found new life in literature, art, and popular culture, proving that her influence transcends time and geography. In literature, the oracle's legacy is alive and well. Authors and storytellers have drawn inspiration from her cryptic prophecies and the dramatic tension they create. From classic works like Sophocles' Oedipus Rex to contemporary novels, the themes of fate, free will, and the search for truth remain central. The oracle's voice, though silent, continues to guide characters through their most pivotal moments, reminding readers of the timeless struggle between destiny and choice. Art, too, has been deeply influenced by the oracle's mystique. Paintings, sculptures, and even modern digital art often depict her as a symbol of wisdom and mystery. Her image, seated on the tripod in the sacred temple, has become an iconic representation of the divine feminine and the pursuit of knowledge. Artists across centuries have been captivated by her aura, using her story to explore themes of power, spirituality, and the unknown. In popular culture, the oracle's presence is unmistakable. Films, television shows, and video games frequently incorporate her prophecies and the dramatic tension they bring. Whether it's a character seeking guidance from a modern-day oracle or a plotline centered around a cryptic prediction, the influence of Delphi is undeniable. Even in genres like science fiction and fantasy, the oracle's archetype persists, reminding us that the human fascination with the unknown is as strong today as it was in ancient times. Beyond entertainment, the oracle's legacy has also found its way into philosophy and psychology. Thinkers like Carl Jung have drawn parallels between the oracle's prophecies and the workings of the subconscious mind, suggesting that her cryptic messages reflect the deeper truths we seek within ourselves. Her story continues to inspire discussions about intuition, destiny, and the boundaries of human understanding. As we reflect on the oracle's enduring impact, it's clear that her legacy is not confined to the past. Her tales have become a part of our collective imagination, a bridge between the ancient and the modern. They remind us that the questions she once answered about fate, purpose, and the divine are questions we still grapple with today. And so, as we conclude our journey through the 25 enigmatic tales of the Oracle of Delphi, we are left with a profound appreciation for her timeless influence. Her voice may have fallen silent, but her legacy lives on, inspiring us to seek wisdom, embrace mystery, and ponder the eternal questions that define our humanity. If you've enjoyed this exploration of the oracle's enduring mystique, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the fascinating world of ancient mythology. Let us know in the comments which tale resonated with you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts. As we bring our journey through the 25 enigmatic tales of the Oracle of Delphi to a close, it's impossible not to marvel at the profound impact her prophecies have had across centuries. From the founding of Delphi to her final cryptic utterance, the oracle's voice has echoed through history, shaping the destinies of kings, warriors, and ordinary people alike. Her stories are not just relics of the past, but timeless reflections of humanity's quest for meaning, wisdom, and connection to the divine. Each tale we've explored, whether it was the tragic fate of Oedipus, the strategic brilliance of Themistocles, or the ambitious dreams of Alexander the Great, reveals a different facet of the oracle's power. Her prophecies were never straightforward. They were puzzles that demanded interpretation, forcing those who sought her guidance to confront their own fears, desires, and limitations. This enigmatic quality is what makes her legacy so enduring. It's not just about the answers she provided, but the questions she inspired, questions about fate, free will, and the mysteries of existence that still resonate with us today. The oracle's influence extends far beyond the ancient world. Her stories have become a part of our cultural DNA, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and philosophy. They remind us that the search for truth is a universal human endeavor, one that transcends time and place. Whether we're grappling with personal decisions or pondering the mysteries of the cosmos, the oracle's tales encourage us to look deeper, to question, and to seek understanding in the face of uncertainty. So, as we reflect on these 25 tales, let's ask ourselves, what can we learn from the oracle's wisdom? How do her stories challenge us to think differently about our own lives and the world around us? And perhaps most importantly, how can we carry forward the spirit of curiosity and courage that defined those who sought her guidance? If you've enjoyed this journey through the enigmatic world of the Oracle of Delphi, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into the fascinating realm of ancient mythology. Let us know in the comments which tale resonated with you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts and continue the conversation. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom, embracing mystery, and exploring the timeless stories that connect us all.